Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope you're okay. Happy Valentine's Day. I've got a gin and tonic. Why not? Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I know it's all supposed to be romantic love, but we're going to share some crafty love tonight. So if you're not on some romantic date and you're watching this on catch up and you're just watching me now, then hi, hello. Hope you're having a nice evening. My love is in London. He went back to work yesterday, so we don't really do Valentine's Day. I had a very lovely card, a very sloppy card actually from him, but yeah, we don't really do Valentine's Day. A bit old for all that. Bit old, been with him too long now. So hi everyone, hi Natalie, hi Helen, hi Linda, how are you all my darlings? I was like, why not, eh? So I'm going to drink this, I suppose we're going. We'll pop that there, out of the way, I won't, it's only a little one, it's mainly tonic. Hi Eileen, hi Angela, hi Ali, how are you all? Hope you've all had a good day. Really busy day in the shop. We managed to baste a load of quilts and we got 2 quilts finished as well, which is amazing. Sean, you were just home from a long day in work. Oh, bless you. But one of those days I saw on your stories that you left your phone and you had to go all the way back. Not good. Not a good day, my darling, but hopefully it's been a productive day for you. Hi Claire, how are you? Hi Liz. Hello my lovelies. We did a very, very quick what's in the box earlier. Which was some new batik stuff, which Sara is going gaga over. I mean, she's just loving it. She was going to try and get it straight onto the website, but we had a customer come in who spent ages picking her fabrics and went out with a beautiful selection of stuff ready for a quilt, but it just took up a lot of time, so so she didn't get a chance to do that. So it will be going on tomorrow though. Everything we did in the what's in the box will be going on tomorrow morning, all right my darlings? So I know they're delicious, Ali. Do you know what, Ali? I said, what's the betting? As the minute we came off the line, we went, what's the bet? And Ali loves these. And Sarah was like, oh, they're so up Ali's street. Hi Leslie, hi Grace, hello my darlings. Right, we're going to do something a little bit different tonight, okay? And I'm going to be making basically what you suggest, all right? So I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. I'm going to go over to the, actually, hang on. Let me grab these bits and then I'm going to go to the overhead. Right, so hopefully I'm over here. I am completely gaga over this new stuff called Land of Enchantment. I think it is absolutely stunning. The colours, they don't come across the same on screen. The batik was lovely, seen it after work. I know, Tara, we knew you'd like it as well. This is the new stuff from Mojo. It's called Land of Enchantment and it's in 2 colourways. There's a panel in blue and there's a panel in these colours as well, in these bright, beautiful, sort of like vibrant rainbow colours. And I'm like, oh, so I need to do something with it. Some of us, these panels are actually going to be going on. I've got some for the shop, but they're going to be going on Hachanda, or Crate and Craft, next month. So I was like, what am I going to make with them? I need to make some samples up with them. And this is where this idea came from, all from one, okay? How much can you make from a panel, basically? You love the blue. I know it's stunning, isn't it, Eileen? It's absolutely gorgeous. So I started playing around with one of the panels. So I'm going to show you now, okay? So I looked at the panel and thought, I've got a lot of squares. There are a lot of these little individual squares. They'd make amazing shadow quilt. Oh, wouldn't that be a gorgeous shadow quilt? We could do that with it. I could cut each of these out. I could shadow them up and make a quilt, because you've got 1, 2, 3. How many squares have you actually got on there? Let's just double check before we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you've got 45 squares on each panel. That's a hang on. Let me come back over here a minute. So this is a panel. Okay, you can see that's the panel. Okay, that's the blue one. I've already cut up the other one. So you can see you get a lot on there. There's 45 squares. So I was like, what can I make from them? What can I do? How much can I get? How many items can I get from one panel? So I started playing with the rainbow one and looking at how many I had. And I was like, I can make a little bag. Really simple, really nice little bag, little tote bag. Oh, hang on, let's get rid of that thread there. Okay. you know, I don't necessarily want to make a quilt. I was going to make a shadow quilt, and I was like, no, I've done lots of shadow quilts. I want to do something different. Let's see how much I can make from one panel. So I made this little, last night, little bag. I've put a little gusset piece in the side with one of the coordinating fabrics. I used 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 21 of the squares from the panel. Okay, I've lined it all with one of the coordinates. I've done like the faux French seams on the side. Now I can show you how to do this if that's what you choose, okay? But I'm going to go with what you guys choose tonight, all right? I've put little cam snaps on the side, so it opens up nice and big, nice and wide. But if I want to keep it closed, I've just put some cam snaps on the side there, and just used some cotton webbing. But I could have made handles, I suppose, from coordinating fabric on the end. So I've got this really nice little boxed gusset tote bag. With what was left, I was like, oh, placemats. I can make some really simple, really beautiful placemats. And I can get out of one panel a bag and then a set of 4. So there's 1, I haven't made the placemats yet, but I've cut them ready, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so easy. I could get a set of 4 placemats and my little tote bag. You know, I mean, that's a decent sized bag as well. You know, you get a lot in there. So that was out of one panel. However, I was then looking at the blue one and I'm thinking, what else can I get out of it? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, and do some sewing as well, is what would you do with it? I want your suggestions. I want you to comment about what you think we could do with this. What would you do with it? And then we're going to make some of the suggestions. We could go with the bag if you wanted to. I can show you how to make those really quick and simple placemats. Honestly, 15 minutes to make them. Really, really quick. Or what would you do with them? What would you come up with? I was thinking that I could do cushions. I could do some cushions. So I could use like 4 like that as the centerpiece, and then we could do like a row of maybe like flying geese or something all the way around them to make a cushion front. Again, you could do these, could be placemats, so you'd get one set of 6 there, 1, 2, 1, 2, you get 3, 4. You could actually get a set of 6 placemats, but that would also give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 left there, of which would make a beautiful table centre. You could do that as a long, thin table runner, okay? Or you could take 4, maybe 6 off and make 6 individual coasters, but still have a nice little table centre. You know, not a massive one, but it would be that size. So you could get a whole dining set for 6 or 4. 6 people out of one panel, okay? Coasters, placemats, or even violin quilter's good. 2 jacket fronts. Oh, I like that idea. Amazing. You could, you know, if you were cutting out a quilter's jacket, hang on, let me just come over to here a second. If you were cutting out a quilter's jacket, so if I go like that, like from my shoulders, I mean, I'm not going to do a quilter's jacket, but from my shoulder seam, yeah, you would. It goes to my waist. So you would probably get a quilter's jacket out of it, you know, if you wanted to. Not the whole thing, but you'd definitely get the fronts, wouldn't you? You'd get like 2 front panels and then maybe have the sleeves in the back in one of the, maybe the dark blue or something or anything. So, you know, really, yeah, liking that idea, quilter's jacket. So, yeah, kind of, this is, oh, sorry, back over here now. This is kind of what I thought we'd play around with tonight. You know, what do you fancy seeing? Do I go with some cushion fronts and we'll play with a pieced border? Shall I start with one of the placemats that I cut out and then we can go on to something else? I'm wondering whether I do the bag as a whole project. Do you fancy that? If I do the bag as a whole project, this one. It won't be next week because we're away at Newton Abbot. But would you like to see how to make one of these? Because they're really very, very simple. They're pre-quilted and then they're done with a reverse French seam. Okay, like this, a reverse French seam. So you haven't got to do, the only bit of binding you've got to do is around the top. Okay, you'd like to make the bag, oh, like the jacket idea, or one of 3-step wall hangers. Oh, for the stairs, that's a nice idea too, Eileen. Different size set of project bags. Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? For project wallets and project bags, you could use these. You could have a big one like that. You'd get one big one out of it. You could do some long thin ones to keep your long rulers and stuff and all and everything in it. You like the bag? You're all liking the bag. Right, how much time have you got? Hang on. I mean, we can have a go at the bag tonight if you want. We might not finish it all, but we can have a go at it if you fancy it. Do you want to do that? What's the vote for? Either I have a go at the placemats with you and anything else you can come up with, or shall I go with the bag? What do you reckon? You like the bag would also make a nice block keeper? Yes, it would. Yeah. I mean, it's a really nice, easy size to do. You're going to have to bear with me and talk to me, okay, while I'm doing the quilting bit. But I can take you through this. Shall we do this? Yeah? Bag, please. You're all saying bag, please. All right, let's do this, okay? I'm going to do this in the blue. So, back over we go. So what I did was, with one of these panels, and this idea would work with any fabric. You've just got to measure it out, okay? But I think it works really well. So what I did was count. I wanted a square front, so 1, 2, 3. I wanted 3 by 3 for my front, and then I wanted a square for the bottom, and then 3 up that way. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 1 for the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to make a little nick in my fabric there, so I know that that's where I'm cutting. Okay, and then I want 1, 2, 3 wide that way. Okay, like that. I'm going to cut this out now. You're going to have to put up with me. Maybe do half steps too. I will. Let's go till about 8 o'clock. We'll go. I normally do about an hour on a Wednesday, don't I? So we'll go to 8 and see how far we go, and then I can always finish it next week with you, maybe on Tuesday. So I'm going to cut this out with a rotary cutter so I can get it relatively straight. All right. So I'm going to cut out this main panel like this, and like I said, this technique would work for any fabric you've got. It doesn't have to be these panels. I just thought it worked well, and it kind of did the counting for me. So let's cut that over there. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 1, and then I need to do another 3. 1, 2, where am I going? 1, 2, 3, there we go, to there. Just get that nice and straight. Sorry, and you probably can't see a lot of this on camera, I'm sorry, because I might be working a bit wider than the actual what's the word? And the actual camera is set, because it's set quite low, unfortunately. And then we're just going to cut it up there like that. Okay, so that piece there is going to be, oh, I'm going to trim that off as well. It's going to be my front, my base, and the back of it. All right, so just trim that bit off as well. So I'm going to go 1/4 inch down like that. So I'm just using the edge of those squares to get that salvage off like that. Okay, so what that's going to do is going to fold like that. That would be my base, and then back up the other side, like, there you go, like that. Okay, so it's going to look something like that when it's done. Okay, so what I want now is a gusset piece here. So I've got, should we use this? Yeah, let's use this one. This is the coordinating blue. Let's use that. I think that's a bit much, isn't it, that really bright one? Let's use the coordinating blue for it. So what I want to do is, you want to measure how long you want your gusset to be. And again, you can do this with any sort of bag. It means I have to buy the panel as well as the batik layer cake. And oh no, oh dear. That would be terrible, darling. So, need to measure down. Let's see how long this is. And like I said, you can do this for anything. So that is 14 1/4. So I'm going to need a gusset piece that is, and I'm going to write this down as I go. Okay, because you, like I said, do this yourselves, my darlings. You could do this bag, this method anyway. So I want 14 1/4 for my gusset piece, and then it's going to be the same width. I want it to be the same width as the base. Okay, so that was basically 1 square wide, isn't it? So that is, oh, hang on, let's have a look. So from there to there is 4.5. Okay, so 4.5. And I need 2 of those. So I'm going to cut 2 side pieces. We've got 2 side pieces. So how many of you lovely people actually do Valentine's Day? I mean, you're all online with me here now, so I'm going to presume that it's not a massive thing for you all. You're obviously not all being wined and dined, but did you at least get a bunch of flowers or something this morning, or a card? There we go. Right, I'm going to cut myself a 4.5-inch piece twice by 14 and a quarter. There we go, like that. So that's 4.5, and then I haven't got room to get my big ruler out, so I'm going to use my mat, which I know I don't advocate, but needs must and all that. So 14.25 would be just there, like that, and swap that round, and we're going to do that. There we go, there to there. So 14.25 that side, like, oh, come on, move over, there we go, like that. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start by quilting up these gusset pieces. Got wadding scraps. Can I get one out of there? Can I get a piece on there? Might not be long enough. No, no, not quite. That's annoying. Okay, let's got other bits here. This is the reason you keep all your random bits of wadding, you see. They always come in useful for other bits. Okay, so I'm going to baste these up because I'm going to quilt them basically at the same time, like that. I'm trying to... hubby would get a card and occasionally flowers or a steak. Ah, nice. Don't think my husband's even remembered his Valentine's Day. Like I said, we don't really go overboard. It's not a major thing. I think once you've been together a long time, he shows me he loves me in lots of different ways. It doesn't have to be just one day, does it? But I just wondered. Because we're all here together. Right, so I'm going to just spray base those like that. Let's get that out of the way. Spray base that one like that, and then this one. There we go. Like that. I'm just lining them up roughly the same. And now I need some backing fabric. Right, give me a second. I've got some bleached white here. Let's use that. Okay. Hi Anne, how are you, love? After 45 years you've given up on cards and flowers. Oh, I don't think you should give up on it, maybe, It's still nice to, well, mind you, he should. Maybe he shows you he loves you in other ways. There we go. Right, I'm just cutting out a piece of that white bleached white, and I'm going to turn this way round. Sorry, I'm standing up now because it's just a bit easier to deal with all these bits. And I'm going to baste this bit. So baste your side pieces. There we go. Like that. Okay, I'm going to put that one aside a second, and we're going to do some quilting on that one, and I'm going to baste the main piece as well, okay? So I've still got quite a lot left over from the panel. I'm going to have to work out what else to do with that. I like the idea of some project wallets. That was a good shout. Okay, have I got a piece big enough for this? That's not going to be wide enough, is it? 2 seconds, let me grab another piece of wadding. I got some under here. Let's see if I've got a piece wide enough, big enough. I've got so many offcuts. Oh, that looks like that's a decent sized piece. I wonder if that's going to be big enough. Right, let's have a quick look, see if this will go on here. There we go. So I can get it in that way. Ugh, no, that's not long enough. Right, which means I've got a Frankensteiner piece. That's annoying. I'm trying to do this a bit quicker. Let me just see. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. What's this? So much wadding. Oh, hang on. This one might do it. Let's try this piece. I've got so many, this sort of random piece sizes of wadding there. I really do. Nothing for me. Instead of spending time sewing, friends. Ah, bless you. Why not, eh? No, that's not going to... Oh, is that going to be wide enough? It might be. It might be. Be good to use up some of these pieces actually. So let's have a look. There we go. So it's big enough there. I only need it to be a teeny tiny bit bigger. Yes, haha, there we go. That bit's big enough. Chop that off there. Oh, there we go. And chop it off there. And why not share a bit of crafty love, eh? We all love our sewing. That's why we're all here. We're all friends together. We pick out cards from the shop, swap them and put them back on the shelf. You did have steak for tea. I like it. I like it. I mean, it is a bit of a money-making scheme, isn't it, Valentine's Day? But, you know, I think I'd still be a bit annoyed if Berio didn't at least buy me a card. Even though we don't really mind. I was thinking, we can at least just buy a card. Mind you, we don't spend many Valentine's Days together because he's away. He works away most of the time. Okay. Sorry, this is very uninteresting for you to watch, me just basting stuff. But you wanted the bag, so that's what we're doing. Okay, right, that's that side, and then we've got to do the back. Okay, where's that piece of bleached white? Okay. Can I get it out of there? Is that wide enough? No. That is there though, I think. Let me just double check. Oh, sorry guys. No, it's not wide. Oh, don't tell me it's not going to be wide enough. The piece, a little bit I had left. Oh yeah. If not, it's getting a join in it. I think it's the lining of a bag. It doesn't really matter, does it? Is that going to be long? Yes, it is. That's fine. Okay, so let's just chop that bit off. You can see it's very chaotic the way I design stuff. This is what this is when I'm making the first bag. It's like, yeah, that'll do. Oh yeah, no, that'll work. Do that. It's very chaotic. There's no rhyme or reason to it at all. What's that? Let's see. After 50 years together, 51 married, the novelty is worn off. We only do birthday cards. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lovely. That's a hell of a long time together, Leslie. Well done. Not many people make it that long, do they? Right. I hope I'm still I mean, I say I hope I'm still with him in 51 years. You know, done, what, 18 now. I'm going to be very, very ancient by the time I got to 51 years with him. He might annoy me a little bit too much as well by then. Love him to death, but you do want to kill him half the time as well. Here we go. Okay. Right. That's my basting done. So let's get this one out of the way, because I'm going to come back to that one in a minute. We're going to do some very minimal quilting on this one, but I thought on this one it'd be quite nice to do maybe like a crosshatch. You know, give the sides a little bit more interest. So I'm going to crosshatch it all at once to save time. And oh, that pen's got very warm. It was nestled against the iron. Engaged 52 years ago today, and in June it'll be your 52nd wedding anniversary. Oh, how amazing, Janice! Oh, that's very, very cute. I love the fact you remember what the day you got engaged. The only reason I know the day we got engaged is because you did it on my birthday. Should we do two? Yes, just 2.5 inch ruler. So let's go 2.5 inches. So we're going to go 2.5 inches that way. And I'm just using the ruler to, I don't know if you can see these marks, I can luckily, just to mark out, can I get another one in there? No. Just mark out my lines I'm going to use for quilting. So if you, I'm very lucky that I've got a dual feed on my machine, so I don't need a walking foot, but I would absolutely, if you're going to quilt these up, pop a walking foot on, okay? And then we're going to go that way as well. So there to there, like that. And then we can go this way as well. So down that way. Here we go. Nearly there. And then we can actually do some sewing. 25 minutes in. Okay. We have, if anybody's interested, if anybody knows anybody who's interested, we have got 2 spaces left, 2 extra spaces rather, not left. It's sold out, but we managed to get another 2 rooms at the hotel for the April retreat. If anybody is, what's the word? Wants to come. Oh, that's the wrong one, isn't it? Because it all swapped around. I'm over there. What's that? You got engaged on the 21st. His mother wouldn't let you in the house. No. Oh, were you a bad girl, Jackie? Is that what it was? Were you not good enough for a little boy? Were you a naughty girl? Let's see, what's that? You wait till you've retired and together 24/7. You'll definitely need a sewing room. I'd be in prison if I didn't have someone to run to. Right, first. Sorry, Leslie, I made me chuckle. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to up my stitch length. So I'm going to up my stitch length to about 3.5, 4, whatever you're comfortable. You don't know what you'd do without it. No, absolutely. Oh, well, isn't that half the thing about being married or being with anybody? Half the time you love them, you don't know what you do without them. The other half the time, you want to flip and kill them. It'll drive you insane. So I'm just quilting this as if it was one piece, and then I'm going to trim it afterwards, just to save some time, really. So, down that one. There we go. And I'm going to go all down one side and turn it and go the other. I mean, it's only a few lines, but I just thought that crosshatch might look nice just on the side pieces. There we go. That one. Oh, that camera's moving, isn't it? That's because I was going super fast. And then down this one. There we go. And then we're going to turn it and do the... Oh, come on. Turn it and do the other side. And then we can go on the other diagonals then. But I like to do all the diagonals one way when I'm cross-hatching. I find I get less puckers and less movement in the fabric if I do it this way. If I do like one way and one the other, I get a lot of movement. I think it's one of those things that, you know, just go with what works best for you. There we go. Okay. Like that. And then I'm going to do the other way. I told you it's going to be a bit boring for you to watch because it's just me quilting. There we go. Down that one. All the way across to that one. I've got navy cotton in, which means the crosshatch is going to look quite strong on the white underneath. I could have, if I'd have thought about it, put a white thread in the bobbin and kept the navy on the top. That would have worked as well. Oh, this camera's definitely moving tonight, sorry. There we go, down that one. There we go. So, you're going to have to talk to me because otherwise it's going to be me quilting for a long time. So, tell me, if any of you got any funny Valentine's stories, have any of you got any horrendous presents you ever got, even when you were younger? I know a lot of us don't do presents now, but did you ever get a Hoover or a dustpan and brush for a Valentine's present? Has there been a really dodgy present? Or has your other half always been really good at presents for Valentine's Day and stuff? So much easier being single, you don't have to hide your sewing purchases. Only from the bank manager, Natalie. There we go. Right. Okay, that's the quilting done on that one. I'm just going to put a really few lines of quilting into the big panel as well. Okay, while I'm at it. I'm just going to go down the big long lines, okay, just to hold it together a little bit. You could do lots of quilting on this if you wanted to. It doesn't need it, but I'm just going to put a couple in just to hold it, okay? There we go. So, did you treat yourselves and buy yourself something nice for Valentine's Day? Yeah? There we go, all the way down. Who's coming to see us at Newton Abbot? I know a few of you have said you are. Oh, that camera is really moving today. Who's coming to see us? Who's in that area? Anybody coming to say hello? Okay, and like I said, I'm not going to do a lot of quilting. I'm just going to do down the very long lines on this. You could go across as well if you wanted to. Not be funny, but these panels, if you really wanted to, taking inspiration from your bag actually, Anne, you could actually embroider into some of this. You maybe just in maybe the centre square on the front and back or something. You could, you know, you could do some hand embroidery and, oh, this, why is this camera not staying up tonight? I'm sorry, I can see it's gradually, it's doing like a timber thing. Your husband once bought me a toolkit for Christmas, so that when he was fixing something and I was sent to fetch a tool, I would know where to find it. Oh, that's a little bit dodgy. I think I'd be a little bit cross at that. 52 years ago when you got engaged, Roy had to go away for work. I went to a charity dinner dance with an ex who proposed to me that night. You will see he was turned down. Oh, well, you were very in demand, Janice, you little go-getter, you. I love that. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out and trim them to size, obviously because, you know, there's way too much excess wadding and everything. So we're just going to trim these down and square everything up to make life easier to sew. Here we go. So up that one and across there and across there. You were very cross. I am not surprised, my lovely. I'd have been very cross too. So I just turned on, had the twins for a sweet bit of a made a roast and told them they have sweetheart cabbage because it's Valentine's Day. And why not? I like that, Sandra. That's very cute. Did it make them eat their cabbage though? Okay. So there's one side piece already quilted up. Okay. And here's my next one. Like that. There we go. Your dad once bought your mum an alarm clock, which not to wake her up slowly because oh yeah, alarm clock might be a little bit. Oh, I wouldn't be very happy about that. Leslie bought a new set of scales. His hubby had to weigh himself on Monday, and the scale said he was a stone less than me. That can't possibly be right, darling. Oh, they were correct. Oh, Han. Oh, I don't like it. I weigh. Sorry, I'm just going to swig my gin. I weigh more than my husband, and I don't like it at all, I'm afraid. And every time I do lose weight, he loses weight as well. It's like he does it deliberately. Right, cut those out. I'm just going to cut the panel out as well. Okay. There we go. Like I said, for quickness tonight, I've just done down like that, but you could absolutely quilt through that way as well if you wanted to. In fact, I probably would with a little more time. But I want to at least show you the construction of the bag tonight. Yes, but they've learned that look when Grandma says something daft. Oh, well, that's what grandmas are for, isn't it? To be a bit daft. There we go, nearly there. And then we can start putting this together. In a moment, it's just a table runner. You see, you could just bind this now, couldn't you? And it'd be a perfect little table runner. To go with the placemats that we were talking about earlier. You're feeling old as your daughter's gone out with her first boyfriend for Valentine's Day. Oh, you wait till they get married and then start having babies, darling. Then you feel really old. I was saying yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I said my one of my nephews was 18 yesterday, and he's like one of the youngest of all the kids. You know, all of my sister's kids. He's one of the much younger ones, and the fact that he turned 18 made me feel really, really old. I mean, really, like, oh my goodness. So, right, we're going to start putting the sides in. Okay, so I know that this is going to be my centre here. In fact, to make life easier, I'm actually going to put a line of stitching on my base, either side of my base, because that will give me a little line of stitching to work on. So I've got my 1, 2, 3. So let me just put a pin in there. This piece here is going to be the base of the bag. And 1, 2, 3, going to put a pin in there. And I'm just going to stitch down those. That will just, like I said, give me a little bit of structure for putting the gussets in. So, oh, where have they gone out on their little Valentine's Day? Have they gone to the pictures? Have they gone for dinner? It's so cute. So I remember Rory and Cara got together. Oh no, wrong one. There we go. No, I'm on the wrong cameras, aren't I? Because all the numbers changed. I should be over here now. So Rory and Cara, my eldest and my son and daughter-in-law, they've been together 14 years now, and they got together when they were 16, and that was the day before Valentine's Day. There was a big party out in the street, basically, over the ash path, which is right behind us. And there was about 50 kids, or more than that, 100 kids, everybody basically from the year, were all at this kind of like out and about party thing. It was very strange. Well, my house, because it was closest, suddenly became like a public toilet. I'd get all these knocks on the door. Mrs. Keir Smith, can we use the loo? I must have had 30 kids, backwards and forwards, in and out of the house, just asking to use the loo. So I was like, yeah, it's fine. In the end, I kind of went and cutched upstairs in bed. And I hear the door go, and I'm thinking, oh, who the blooming heck is that? Who the blooming heck is that? I put my head round the bedroom door, and I could look straight down the stairs. And it was Rory and Cara having their first ever kiss when they were 16, and I had to quietly close the door so I didn't interrupt them. It was very cute, and they'll be very embarrassed that I've told you that story, but I thought it was very, very sweet. They were such babies, and now look at them, married with a baby, and another one on the way. Right, I've just put that little line of stitching in there. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of little jiggery pokery. I'm going to put these right sides together, and I'm going to line that up over. Oh, hang on, move that in a second. Okay, so this is going to be the top edge of my bag, okay? So I'm going to line that up down the side like that, okay? And I'm going to put some pins in. In fact, I'm going to use clips. Clips will be easy. There we go. So one there. Oh, that sounds like Joshy coming in from work because the dog is going crazy like that. And I want to mark about, so I'm using edge of foot. So about 3/8 of an inch in, about there. I want to stop stitching about there, okay? Because we're going to have to kind of Y-seam it. So I don't want to go all the way over because I won't be able to get this bit up. So I'm going to stop about there, okay? And I'm going to stitch using edge of foot all the way down, stopping at that point, all right? And then we're going to go to the base, and we're going to go back up the other side. So, which one? What number am I on? I'm on number 2 now. 2 is the sewing machine. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to again, I've kept the stitch quite big because I'm going through layers. Keep your walking foot on. They've gone to the beach for a picnic in the car, cheap and cheerful. Oh, that's really cute though. Oh, how nice. I love the beach, particularly at night time when the waves are crashing and all. It's very romantic. I highly approve. Your first date was with your husband at the cinema watching Toy Story. He said he should have realised then what you were like. I love it. That's lush. Well, my first date with Phil was to see Coyote Ugly. I mean, the fact he went to a rom-com with me. Whew, that was he should have known what he was getting into. Right, so I've stitched all the way down. I've stopped just there. I'm then going to pull this up because this wants to go along the base. Okay, like this. So I'm going to push in the base of this gusset piece into the base of the front of the bag, like that. Okay. And this is why we stopped here, so that I've got a bit of wiggle room to get this round like, oh, come on, like that. There we go. Okay. So again, I'm going to stop about 3/8 of an inch from the edge. Okay, like that. So there to there. So I'm going to start stitching where I finished. I'm going to stitch along and I'm going to stop here. So it's basically like Y seams. I'm doing a set-in seam. Okay, so back over here we go. Likewise, you didn't have cards, but you had flowers. Ah, nice. Well, it's nice to know Mike is still romantic, Marion. Lovely. Okay, so I've started at the point that I stopped, and I'm just working my way. Oh, come on, working my way. That's it. Get it lined up. like that, and again stopping about 3/8 of an inch, making sure I backstitch. And then we're going to come back over to, right, which one I want? 3. Oh, the numbers are all different. I'm going to have to change them as soon as I come off air because they're going to confuse there. And then we're going to put this piece up this, like this. So I'm going to pull this over and we're going to line that up like that. So again, I'm going to start where I stopped. I'm going to pull that little bit out so I'm not getting it caught in. Line up those edges. And we're going to stitch on that one. Now, if it's a weeny bit bigger like this, don't worry, we're going to bind it anyway, so don't panic too much, okay? You know, you're going to lose a little bit doing it. You're going around curves, you know, sort of edges like this, and you know, it's going through a few layers. So it is slightly shorter, but I'm going to be binding and trimming the top off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to start at that point there, all the way back up. Number 2. What I'm doing as well is before I start, I'm just making sure, I don't know if you can see that I'm pulling all that out of the way so it's not caught underneath. I don't want anything to be like stitched through accidentally. So make sure it's all out of the way. Lock stitch to begin with, and then down we go. What's this? Oh, sorry, we're doing okay for time. We're doing okay for time. Okay. And reverse that way. Okay. Would the blue and the gusset go? Blue and the gusset go in the colour panel, or vice versa? Yes, absolutely, it would. Lovely. This blue here, this is called the Superior. Oh, hang on, sorry. This is, I think it's called Superior Blue. That would absolutely go with, I've actually used it on the binding here, but it goes beautifully, that blue, with the rainbow panel look. Okay, it looks gorgeous with it. I used orange in my bag, but that's because I like that flash of colour. But the Superior Blue would look beautiful with that as well. It's the right blue for it. Okay, so it'd look fine. Right, okay, that's one side in, like that. Can you see how that's gone in like that? I'm going to put the other side in. I'm going to do it relatively quickly so that I can show you how to enclose these seams with this reverse French seam, okay? So, bear with me. I'm going to do this fast. So, talk amongst yourselves for 2 minutes, ladies. I'm going fast. No, it's the wrong one again, isn't it? Oh, I'm so used to it being number 4, and it accidentally got swapped over. So I'm on the wrong one. Okay, right. I'm going fast, so ignore me. Like I said, have a little chat amongst yourselves. Okay. There we go. Down to there. Backstitch. Yeah, no, I think this blue, that Superior Blue would, even though it's not designed to go with the blue panel. It all goes with each other. So, but it would look lovely with the rainbow. Be nice on the outside, inside, and on the inside it would as well. I used one of the really bright floral ones on the inside to make it. Oh, come on! This is me trying to be quick, and I'm probably making more of a hash of it now. To make it real feature on the inside. There we go. Hi Jean, how are you, lovely? We've been talking all things Valentine's Day. And who does Valentine's Day, who doesn't? Whether we're all still too old for it now. Right, so we just try and get that round there, like that. There we go. Definitely got that round the corner now. And down we go this way. There we go. I just want to get this second side in so that I can show you. Hopefully you're late because you've been being treated to you know, a spot of tea out or something. If you're worried about, you just do cards. Yeah, we were talking about that. We just really do cards as well. So if you're worried about your side pieces not fitting or anything moving, just make them too big because you can trim them off afterwards. Okay, so that's the gusset pieces in. I'm going to turn this right side out now, like that. Okay, and push my corners out. Like that, there and there. And you can see you've got the beginnings of your bag. Okay, got your beginnings of your bag, like that. Now, I really want to show you the side seams, how to enclose them, but you do need to do your binding first. You need to bind the top of your bag first before you do this next bit. Okay, no, you're at sewing bee. Oh, bless. Just two of you tonight. You two have finished early. Fair enough. Maybe everyone else was being whisked off. Sorry, just let me drink. You need to do the binding first. I'm just going to talk you through that very, very briefly. Okay, because you know, binding's binding. It's, you know, a 2.5 inch binding like that. You're gonna put the right sides together and. Let me just put a crease in that, and you're going to bind this top edge. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do that now because we won't have time. I want to be able to show you how to enclose these. Okay, so bind, stitch it on at the front, fold it over like that. Okay, and then I top stitched right in there, which catches the back. You could hand stitch if you wanted to, but I was being lazy and I wanted it done quickly. So, oh, I've just realised there's a tiny little wolf on this fabric as well. Okay, so that's going to go over like that, and you're going to bind all the way around that top edge, just like you would a quilt. Okay, so do that first. Imagine that this is bound. Okay, and then we're going to. So at the moment, it looks a right old mess in there. So what we want to do is basically do like a reverse French seam. So we're going to. Now, normally with a French seam, you'd want this look on the outside, and then all this would be covered on the inside. But we're actually going to do it the other way around because it gives us stability to the bag. It's almost like a faux piping. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll this between my fingers so that seam is right up at the top. And we're going to put some clips in to start with. And I'm just going to work on one seam, but you're going to do all of them. Okay, but we're just going to work on this first seam to start with. So roll that seam, get it nice and neat, give it a press if you need to, but you don't really need to, like that. Okay, and I'm basically going to top stitch, but you're going to top stitch it slightly wider. So again, because we're going to need to do this bottom bit and up the other side, you're going to come all the way down, but you're going to finish. Basically, you're going to feel. I don't know, it's going to be really hard to explain. So feel where you've got the bulk and where it goes skinny, and feel here where you've got the bulk and where it goes skinny, and basically put a pin where that corner meets like that. So I can feel that it goes skinny there and skinny there, and I want to stop stitching at that point. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And I'm going to top stitch all the way down here. But instead of doing 3/8 of an inch, I'm going to do about 1/2 inch, which means I'm going to enclose all of those horrible raw edges are all going to get sewn into, ends up, because it's sort of slightly puffy, it looks like a faux piping. So over here, like that, and I'm going to use the 1/2 inch mark on my machine just here. Use the little marks on your metal plate, and I'm going to go all the way down this one to enclose that seam. Now with a French seam, you like sew it from the front, you trim it back, you turn it through, and everything ends up on the inside, where this, I actually wanted that to be on the front so that it gives it that stability to stand up. There we go. You've all gone very quiet. Are you all still there? Are you all still watching me wither on? Wither on, not wither on. That would be something completely different, wouldn't it? There we go. So I'm going to go and then just reverse that. But remember, do your binding before this point, because you can't bind it otherwise. It's a pain in the bum. Right, so like that. And then you're going to go along this bottom piece here, the bottom of the gusset. So I'm going to move everything out of the way and do exactly the same and go along the bottom piece. So I'm moving all of this. Actually, let me show you on here. Still here, brilliant. So I've gone, you can see I've gone all the way down there. When you look inside, that's all lovely and neat now. All of those raw edges have been caught inside, so you don't see any of it, okay? I'm going to go along the bottom of the gusset now. So because I want to pinch here, I don't want to just pinch here and have all this bit here caught in. So you want to pull this right out of the way, almost like a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to start just there where I finished and go across. And again, because this side is going to be done, I want to feel, I'm pinching, I'm going to feel where that finishes. And you're going to put a pin in, it tells me to stop just there. Okay, so I'm going to stitch along there, and then I'm going to go back and do exactly the same then up this side, so I can show you one side of the bag done. You're just concentrating. Perfect, that's fine, lovelies. You're watching, you're also trying to make an insulated lunchbox using fabric that Sarah persuaded you to buy yesterday. It's what we keep her around for. Nobody gets out of that shop without buying fabric. Or without buying something anyway. Right, so I'm going to go down this side here. And I'm going to stop where I started. Now you've got a lot of bulk here, so go slow into it. There we go. And make sure I back stitch. And I'm not going to go back over to the overhead. I'm just going to do down this long edge as well, so you can see one side once it's done. I might write this one up as a pattern actually, because it's come together really quickly. So, and it's, I think it, you know, it could be used with any fabric. If you've got a really lovely sort of big fabric which has got a, you know, a big print on it and you don't want to cut up, it would be perfect for that. You know, it was just handy with the panel that I could easily count out the squares, and it lent it to, you know, to be in a bag. Okay, and down to that bit, and then back stitch. I'm not going to do the other side on camera because I've realised what, you know, we're getting on for time now, but you can see that by going down, all the way down like that, can you see how it's suddenly starting to hold its shape? It's starting to give it body and allow it to be a bag. And on the inside, I've caught all of those seams inside now, so it's all lovely and neat. So you haven't got any raw edges showing at all, not like on this side, which I haven't done yet. Okay, so I would do exactly the same on this side. So I'd go down across the bottom and back up, and then I would go from this corner here to, I do the two side panels first, I then went along the bottom as well, both sides. Okay, even though there's no raw edge there, by doing that it gives it a base. Let me get this one so you can see. By doing these edges as well, it gives it a base, so it actually does stand much better. I'm sorry, I know that's really hard for you to see like this. Yeah, it's a way of making mock piking. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, it's a really nice way. You get that nice finished edge. It's all neat inside. So that's basically the bag done. Once you've done that faux piping, because you'll have done your binding before you do it, because you need to, let me show you. You have to do the piping before you do this bit, because otherwise you can't pipe neatly, because this is pinched. Can you see it's pinched? So I couldn't have got that piping round, that pinch neatly. So pipe it first and then do that little reverse French seam. Okay. I then just added some cotton webbing handles, and literally that they were 30 inches, but you can adjust them to whatever size you want. I just folded over like that, placed it on like that, and just did a cross through, and then again on the other side. So I've put two of those on. You could make those in the same fabric if you wanted to. And because I don't like a gaping open bag, I just put some cam snaps. Again, this is an optional thing, but I put cam snaps on that side, on the side, like that. And you can see there's one that side, which just pinches it closed at the top, while even while I've got stuff in it, it'll just stop it gaping. It keeps it closed, but allows you to open it up to get your hands in there to get everything out. Okay, so you've got everything. I can get everything out now. So that was a very quick, well, it wasn't a quick live. We haven't quite finished, but relatively easy construction. Basically, you can do this. You could make these any size. You could make smaller ones. You could make larger ones. You know, as long as you've got this, you know, measure out. Let me grab a piece of paper a second. You know, you can measure anything out. If you've got a piece of fabric and you think, right, okay, I want 2 pieces the same here, you know, this measurement and that measurement to be the same. That's going to be the base of the bag. So your gusset pieces, or your side pieces, are this measurement and then this measurement. So it doesn't really, you know, so it's A is that size and this is B is there. So it doesn't really, don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but these pieces could be any size. You're just going to do that, quilt them up and do exactly the same. Okay, so lovely seeing the finished bag. Fabulous. Hi, Anne. Thank you. So yeah, so I've got a bag out of it, but I've also then got all of these other squares, which is why I was like, I could still make a bag and then 1 placemat, 2 placemats, 3 placemats, yeah, 4 placemats plus a bag, or what's that? 4 6 is 24. That would make a shadow quilt. I could also then make a really good size shadow quilt out of this. I could still cut these out, shadow them up, make a shadow quilt. They would make, you could do 4s, and like we were saying earlier, put pieces around it, make cushion fronts. They'd be beautiful project wallets, you know, all sorts of things. What else would you do? Coasters, beautiful little coasters. You know, each little one would be different, wouldn't it? Again, just, you know, simple coaster like that, bag it out with a little bit of wadding, a little bit of quilting, and done. So it's a really, really lovely panel. I think I can't decide whether I like the blue or the rainbow more. I really can't, because the rainbow is just as pretty, and the fabrics that go with it are gorgeous as well. But I think it's a, you know, see, my placemats are reversible because I've used that one on the back. This is one of the same range, so I could have them that way or that way, depending if a glass of wine gets spilt or not. Really pretty both ways. That would be beautiful on the inside of one of the bags as well, wouldn't it? That'd be gorgeous on the inside. Still lots and lots for you to do with these panels. They are on the website, as are all the other bits and pieces. I think I'm on the right one. Am I on the right one now? Sorry, that was a lot of chattering for me, but like I said, I wasn't really sure what you'd want to see from it, because my idea was like, how much could we get from it? But you wanted to see the bag, so that's fine. That's what we did. I will finish that off and I will show you next week. Okay, I'll show you over the weekend. You got me on the plan for Sunday. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm on Create and Craft on Sunday at 7 AM and 12. So yeah, a bit of a gap between. I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Excuse me. 7 and 12. So please do join me there. I've got loads of lovely new bits on. Some really, really cute kits and some, there's a pick and mix of fabric and all sorts. If not, just pop on and say hello. And then I will see you, I think there's probably going to be 1 o'clock next week. I think it's going to be just on Tuesday, because we're going to be packing on the van on Wednesday. I might do on Wednesday evening, but it'll probably just be Tuesday next week, because then we're off to Newton Abbot then on Thursday. So I will feel you in spirit. Hopefully you'll be watching on Sunday and I'll know you're out there. And if not, I will see you Tuesday next week. Sarah will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock on Thursday, so join her then. Okay, so take care, my darlings. Bye. Happy Valentine's Day.